Since my Rhinopias is in his molting process, I decided to take a video showing him shedding his skin. It's a pretty unique thing that not too many fish do, and it's made even more unique by the fact that he actually has algae growing on him. While I have no doubt that with the bright aquarium lights, the algae grows on him a little bit quicker than in the ocean, this is something that does happen naturally, and it's just because they barely move to the point where algae is growing on them. You can see right around his eye and a little bit on his nose, the skin has already shed. This process usually takes somewhere between 1 and 2 days to take place. And once it's done, he will look much better than now. He is a little bit pale looking, although that's mostly just the algae on his skin. And while I don't see any right now, it's quite frequent to see copepods and other little creatures crawling on his skin, eating the algae and probably the dying skin as well. This does make him less susceptible to external parasites, but if I were to guess, he would still be susceptible to flukes since they would make their way into his gills. But at least in the ocean, it would be very hard for him to have ick, at least long term, because once he sheds, he would discard any of the parasites. Really, this waddling around is about all he'll do unless he's hunting. And he'll just basically sit there. That's why they don't really require a very big tank. Despite the fact this guy is probably pushing 8 inches, he's just in a 40-gallon breeder. And here he is after completing the shed. He looks like a brand new fish. While Rhinopias can change color, this guy has always maintained this reddish pink hue. And here is some of the skin, just hanging out on the rocks. He usually molts off in just a few pieces. Sometimes you can really see the outline of the fish. Not so much here, but a little bit. We do typically remove the skin just because it's unsightly and it's just breaking down in the tank. And since there's already algae growing on the rocks, we don't really need to fuel it any further. You'll note he does have all these little white spots over him, and that's just the way he is. The Rhinopias is really an interesting fish to have. If you can handle their unique dietary requirements, they're a great addition to a fish collection. I would say to an aquarium, but they're really not. You need to have an aquarium for the Rhinopias. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. Thanks for watching. Happy reefing.